Wade from Risk and Safety Compliance Services. Thought I'd do a quick live stream this morning. Now this is going to go out, or it is going out to the LinkedIn channel and the YouTube channel, Rural Crime Prevention and Farm Safety Training. And what I want to talk to you about very briefly this morning is farm safety training. So you can see ticking along at the bottom there, www.farmsafetytraining.co.uk. Does exactly what it says on the tin. When you go to that website, all you'll see is farm safety training. And that's what I want to mention very briefly to you now. I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to show you that website in a moment. And then I'm going to give you a bit of an insight as to what it looks like when you enter that course, when you buy that course and you end up inside our 3D virtual farm, which is quite unique. I'm not aware of any other training courses that have that capability. Now, rather than me talk to you about it, I'm going to actually show it to you. Anyway, so why are we doing this? Well, every year in the agricultural sector, so in farming, landed estates and rural businesses, too many people are killed or injured or made sick through their work activities. Now, over the years, the numbers fluctuate slightly. Some years, more people are killed by cattle. Some years, more people are killed by falling from heights or machinery or getting entangled in power takeoffs. The numbers fluctuate year on year, but what's very, very evident is the causal factors. So the things that fundamentally kill, injure, and make people sick in their work in this sector, they do not change. So every year we know almost with clarity exactly what's going to be the problem this year, next year, and the year after, because history has told us this is what happens every year. So back in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, I set about a new mission. And my aim was very simple. It was to develop and present a version of online training, something that people in farming and agriculture and landed estates can get stuck into, but with a bit of a quirky difference. There were lots of courses available, and I did those. I actually sat down and I paid my money and I sat those courses, and some were really, really good, some not so good. And by doing, I think I did about 4 or 5 of them, and by doing those training courses, I was able to, as a user, find the bits that I thought were really quite engaging and informative and useful for me to take back to that agricultural environment. So I took the good bits from each of the courses and I sort of amalgamated it into my idea, my format that I wanted to present to the world. And what I think I've ended up with over the years, and it's developed over the last couple of years, the versions that are out there now are in no way resemble what was first put out there. So it's developed and it's got better over the last few years. And the 2025 course, I think, is pretty cool. It's pretty unique, and I'm going to show it to you in a moment. So what happens then, and what am I urging you to do? Go and have a look at www.farmsafetytraining.co.uk. That's one of my landing pages for farm safety training. So if I open that website up for you, I'll put myself out of shot for a moment and make that a bit bigger. You'll still be able to hear what I'm saying to you. When you land on farmsafetytraining.co.uk, the first thing that you notice is right in the middle is something drawing your attention to Farm Safety Week 2025. And this year, Farm Safety Week is between the 21st and the 25th of July 2025. What I've done up until the end of that week, I'm discounting my training courses, the ones that I'm going to talk to you about in a moment. You log on, you pay your money, you get instant access to the course. You've had a 20% discount off already a very competitively priced training course, and you can go through the course and do it at your own leisure. And when you've finished, you'll get a little certificate saying thank you very much. Here's your proof that you've done the course. And I'll talk a little bit more about the content in a moment, but let's finish off with this website for now. Let me bring myself back into shot So when you land on here, then the main draw is Farm Safety Week 2025, and the option, or not the option, but of course you can take advantage of the discount there. And then as you scroll down farmsafetytraining.co.uk, you end up with these two options here. The courses that we've developed are very distinct for different groups within the agricultural land and estate sector. You've got your managers training and you've got the workers training, both of which can be accessed there. And if you click either of those boxes there, then it will take you straight over to the respective landing page for that particular course, where there's a couple of videos you can watch to familiarize yourself and get privy to what the course is all about. See what the outcomes and the content of the course are, and then click a button, pay online, and do the course. It's really that straightforward. And there's one for the workers and one for the farm management and estate management. So let's mention the differences between the two very, very briefly. In the farm worker course, we've kept it really, really straightforward. The question we asked ourselves was, okay, so if I'm going to go and start a job on a farm or an estate or in a rural agricultural business, what do I need to know so that I don't get ill, become injured or sick as a part of my working activity? So what we did is we went back over the last 10 years and we found out through all of the published statistics and available data, freely available from the Health and Safety Executive website and their statistics analysis pages, we know exactly the issues that farm workers, agricultural workers, rural business workers are going to face this year and next year and the year after. So we focus on those key activities, those key risks that kill, injure, and make people sick every year. And we made that the content of our course. That just made sense to us. So the employee can log on, go through the course, and take away knowledge relating to their work activities that they can take back to work and be safe and free from the risk of injury and disease and harm and all of the other things that come from accidents and incidents that occur in the workplace. So it's very straightforward. There's no mumbo jumbo. There's no legalese. It's come to work and do this and you'll be safe or safer. You have to implement it, put it into practice. The farm manager course, the rural managers course, is slightly different. So it's upper level, because now we're talking responsibilities and other legal ramifications that the workers don't have. So in the farm manager course, you're going to find information on risk assessments, health and safety policies, RIDDLE, reporting of injuries, diseases and dangerous occurrences, and other key items of legislation, not in any major detail. It's not designed to teach people to be health and safety people. It's an awareness training course that says, don't forget, be aware of this, this, and this. And it encourages the management to go and seek further help and information if they feel they haven't already got it covered off themselves. So we talk about risk assessments, policies, and procedures. And then we go into a little bit more detail of those key hazards. So you're the manager, you're the owner, you operate this business in which the workers are employed. What do you need to do to not just meet the law? It's not about ticking boxes. So what do you need to do to be compliant? But more importantly, what do you need to do to keep your people safe? And then there's a little twist to it. What do you need to do to be able to prove it? Because if you can't prove it, then you might have wasted all of the effort and time that you've put into that particular activity. So it's all about evidence-based. So they're very straightforward. A couple of key advantages of these training courses. Let me roll back up. You can see here we've got people sat in bad weather inside combine harvesters or indeed inside their sheds. I'll bring myself back up front and center. One of the key issues we wanted to build into our training courses is the ability to do our training anywhere and to be able to pick it up from where you left off. So once you're enrolled, once you've started your course, it's very, very straightforward. It goes with you. So if you find yourself sat in your combine harvester and it's chucking it down with rain, or you got a bit of downtime and you're having a break in the barn or whatever it might be, you can simply take out your phone or your mobile device, and as long as you're connected to the internet, you can go to the app, click, enter your credentials, and it will pick you up exactly where you left off, regardless of what device you've previously been using. So it gives you the versatility and the option to learn when it suits you, from your laptop, from your desktop, from your mobile phone, from a tablet, anywhere you like, as long as you've got an internet connection. That's a real good part of the course. Free to download app, of course. That just gives you that flexibility, learning at your pace where you want to learn. I want to show you something now about this course that's really important, and I think quite unique. I'm going to share with you now. I'm going to share another screen, and on this screen, I'm going to bring up what you'll see on part of the training course. So we mentioned it's fully automated. So you find the landing page through farmsafetytraining.co.uk. You click, you go and buy the course, you securely enter your credit card or debit card details, and then automatically you'll be sent an email from my school, my online school, inviting you to click a link and set your own password, and off you go to do the learning. And it's interactive, and it's got lots of videos and downloads and presentations. And one of the key things we wanted to achieve, and we have achieved, is rather than you just having to read slides and PowerPoint, I interact with you. So like I'm talking to you now, almost on a one-to-one, but really it's a one-to-many basis. We go through the training in this manner, and that enables me to bring in years and years of experience and relative information, or relevant rather information, that you can benefit from and take back to your workplace. So you work your way through the course, and when you get to the interactive farm chapter, you click the button, and I'm going to show you what happens. So at the point where you go interactive farm, this is where you end up. And you end up in our farm, you end up on the aerial view, our drone shot. This is in the United Kingdom, in the northeast of the UK, where we went to a farm armed with a drone and using the same type of camera, the same technology that Google used to map the Earth, we used to map this farm. What you see there are various flashing icons. If you want, you can scroll around. It's drag and click. You can look around the countryside and move around in a full 360, see the entire farm premises. And the idea is you will have been briefed prior to arriving here. Just before this clicking of the button, it will say, now, when you click the next bit, you'll end up in the farm, the interactive farm, and you're given a brief. And the brief essentially is go into all of the different areas that flash and make a note of hazards. And the idea is that you work your way through in your own time. There's no rush. Take as little or as much time as you like, and you can go back in and out. It's up to you, on your mobile, on your laptop, on your desktop, on the app. It doesn't really matter. And the idea is to go around each area looking for specific hazards that we've set up inside the farm. You then make a note of the hazard, but more importantly, we ask you to start thinking about, why is that hazardous, and what might be the outcomes? What could go wrong? So we get you thinking deeply about not only spotting hazards, but thinking about why it's dangerous and what could go wrong and what could happen. What are the likely outcomes if we don't fix it? And then we say, okay, so now you've done that, you know what the problem is, you've identified why and what's going to happen, who's going to be harmed or business interruption, whatever it might be. What are we going to do about it? So we want you to close the loop, find a problem and fix it. Or if you can't fix it, who are you going to go to help you fix it? I'll give you a quick example. So if we'll zoom in a little bit, it's quite lovely clarity. I'm going to take you into the store and the workshop. I'll stop talking for a moment as that opens up, but I just want you to get a feel for what you can see and do inside the interactive farm. I'm going out of shot. We're going in the workshop. Let's go.
Instructions. In the workshop, you can drag the screen to look around. You can also move around and explore by clicking in the direction you want to go.
So we're in. And as you can see, it's a mess. We've set up a lot of stuff for you to look at. So once you're in here, what you can do, you can zoom in. You want to get up close and personal with some of the stuff that you want to look at, or you can zoom out. And then by clicking your mouse and dragging, you can move around. And let's say we want to go over here. Just click and you can walk through stuff. You can see we've set up some crazy stuff and all loads of stuff for you to look at. You might want to go through the door and have a look inside this room. And as you walk into this room, again, you can get up close and personal with posters and information on walls. You can zoom around or drag yourself around, and we can go and have a look a little bit closer at the tools and the equipment, and we can see what's going on. And the idea is at this stage, you're looking for the hazards and the dangers that we've set up. So that's the workshop. You can have a good wander around there. Let's finally, they're all kind of similar. I think you get the idea. Let's go and have a look in the sheep shed, where again you can zoom around, you can zoom in, say hi to the animals, come back out, move around and see if you can spot kind of hazards and things. Bear in mind, the question isn't what is it, it's what is it? Why is it there? Why isn't it labeled? And what could go wrong here? And what are we going to do about it? So it's taken us through that cycle of spotting hazards and getting things done is the ultimate aim. Because often in any, not just farming environments, but in any environment, often the case is we just get used to what we see and we don't really question it until it's too late, perhaps until we're doing accident investigations. Arrows mean we can click stuff and move forward. And again, you can zoom in on work equipment and unguarded chainsaws and mess and rubbish. Just because it's a farm doesn't mean it has to be a mess, doesn't mean it has to be dangerous with damaged pallets and things that could topple over. It's not accepting the status quo. Let me get rid of that. Sorry, my apologies. Let's get rid of that. Bring myself back up front and center. I'll close that. And I'll do a quick wash up now, basically. So the aim of this is to urge you to, in the build up to Farm Safety Week in July 2025, 21st to the 25th, to think about farm safety. If you work in farming, landed estates, agriculture, or any rural type business, there's danger. And every year it is proving to be the most dangerous sector in which to work. Every year we lose people through vehicle accidents, electricity, people drown, people are killed by cattle, people get entangled in machinery, people get run over, buildings collapse, people go through fragile roofs, and the list goes on and on and on. And we cover all of those in both of those courses. So regardless of whether you're the management of a rural business or an employee in a rural business, we urge you to come and do the training. It's very, very competitively priced and it's different. You've got the 3D farm to go around. There's tons of downloads, and I think you'll find it really enjoyable. On the landing pages, you can see testimonials from people who have done our course quite recently and since its inception back in 2020. It goes down really well, and we listen to feedback and we make changes where they're appropriate. So there you go. That's me. That's Richard Wade. Thank you for listening, and you just reach out to me through farmsafetytraining.co.uk or my main business, risk and safety compliance services. We're here to help. If you've got any questions, please give us a shout and stay